Hey guys, James here today, and welcome to another episode of Let's Create a World. We are back. This episode, we're actually doing quite a lot of detailing again. So we're going to be going around, placing more trees, fixing up little issues, and obviously I'm sort of painting in more colorful grass in certain areas, and we'll be sort of defining up the rock areas too a little bit more, sort of just polishing things off. And sort of continuing on. So we do a few more trees here and there. So we sort of get closer up and more personal with everything, if you will, and sort of look at everything one by one instead of how we kind of were just before. We kind of zoomed out, just spamming trees everywhere. This one we sort of get more like in depth and get closer and sort of place them a little bit more thought. I've just hidden the trees. So I've like turned off the flora layer so I could paint underneath them all and make it look pretty decent anyway. So like I obviously can make it look nicer underneath all of that, because I mean, you want it to look good, even if people aren't going to see it. I know it's there, so I might as well make it look good, you know. This is a question I actually got, was that because once you place lots and create a world, their textures don't update if you paint over them. And the way you fix that is you actually just delete the lot and then you like undo it, and it puts the lot back, and it just does the texture again. Anyways, that was just a question from someone who was doing a stuff in Creator World, I think. Right now I'm just flattening out a little area here for an additional lot, because why not cram in as many lots as you can. I believe the final lot count is actually 56 in the end, which is pretty decent for an island of this size. And on that note, I've been working very hard on the website and the submission process. Just a reminder, the world is not out yet, and you cannot submit lots yet. I've seen a lot of people ask, well, not a lot of people, a few people asking, hey, where can I submit lots? Well, you can't just yet. I'll do a video about it when you can, and I'll show you how to do it and all that kind of stuff. Be in a couple of days probably, because this is part 8. We've got at least one more part after this. Depending on whether I do more work before I release it or not, we may have up to part 10 before I release it. Definitely part 9. But yeah, I'm not sure about anything. I'm not sure about part 10. We may or may not have a part 10. I am unsure at this point. But anyways, this episode we also do spawners, because I've got a few questions about are you going to be placing spawners in the world? And I believe I spoke about this last episode as well. And yes, of course I am. We just haven't done it yet because it's not really one of the first things you do when creating a world. It's kind of like Sims. It's one of the sort of later things you do. One of the last things is place spawners, because you got to know where everything else is first. Placing these like sort of really nice big cliff lots there actually. Do I leave that as a giant lot? Because that is awesome. That's a really cool lot, because you got that. It's actually quite a damn big lot. That's cool. I want to build on that. But yeah, the idea with this world is I did want to have a lot of sort of cliff lots and ocean lots as well, because you don't really get that in default worlds in the game. There aren't that many cliff lots or ocean lots for that matter. Except for I guess there's a few in Isla Paradisa, but not a huge amount. And I always love building on sort of interesting terrain, something that's different, not just flat. Flat gets boring very, very quickly, and it does limit what you can do. So doing something different is always a lot of fun. Yeah, so we're just going around placing a lot more trees. We're really only using about 3 types of trees at this point in time. This may change, but for the initial release in a couple of days' time, these will be pretty much the trees that it's going to be. And of course, we can always change this over time. It's not really a big issue. This is just sort of the initial version, version 0.1 of the world, I'm going to be calling it. And I think I mentioned this before as well, that every time I release a new version, I'll keep the old ones up for download in case, for whatever reason, you want an old version or blah-de-blah. Yeah, so we're just sort of filling in all those sort of blank gaps, because it is a tropical island, and you don't want it just blank, right? You got to have a lot. You got to have a lot of trees, really. If it's gonna be a tropical island, it needs a lot of trees. It needs to look lush, and it needs to look full, really. So I was shoving a little lot in there because there was a bit of space. I was like, hey, that's a good spot to put in a lot. So let's shove it in there anyways. And I'm messing around a little bit here, trying to get it to fit in. I think it ends up being a 20 by 20 lot in there. Just a small little one, nothing too huge. Just painting more of the terrain. There's like a lot of that to be done. Oh, you can, yeah. So we did this before, but I didn't really mention it. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. We had those pathways, and you had sort of little trees going down. It's a kind of little pathway boulevard kind of thing. And people are also asking if there's going to be beaches. I mean, of course, you could build a beach. Like, there are lots of beach lots, so you could make it a community beach lot. There was actually one I did specifically place to be a sort of a beach lot, and it's around the other side of the island. If we go look at it, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. But it's kind of near the science building. It's one of those lots at the back of the island there. And yeah, so just placing in some more trees, sort of filling it in, like I said, filling in the gaps really, because I don't want it to be blank. I want it to be really, really lush and look super green and all that. And that's why the oak trees are actually quite good, because the reason I use the oak trees is because they have the leaves are so like full and they take up a lot of space. So it's a good way to sort of fill in space. And that's why I used them on the mountain as well, so I didn't have to use as many trees. It's better than spamming a million palm trees on the sort of mountain there. Of course, all of these trees you can actually, when you load it up in your Sims 3 game, you can actually just edit them and move them or delete them. So you can even add more if you want, really. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Again, like going back to the sort of, if it causes lag, you can always just delete them in your game as you're playing. So, yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of one of those things that we don't really know at this point how it's going to go until we actually test it out and find out. But yes, adding in this little lot that I was saying that I sort of made a spot there for. It kind of has a little bit of a cliff there, or it's not much of a cliff. I don't know if I call it a cliff. It's a little ditch hill thing. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it, has a little bit of a hill. Interesting lot. There's a lot of interesting lots in terms of landscape in this world, which is really awesome, because I think that could create a lot of variety in terms of houses and lots you could build on. Because, yeah, as I was saying, flat lots can get boring and they can limit a lot of what you can do. Because I think in the last episode I was saying you could do like a full-on like sort of boathouse where you have the ocean sort of coming into the basement of the house. You have your house built on top, and it could be really, really awesome. That's just one of the ideas that I had. I just imagine the things you could do, though. There's a lot of things you could do with sort of cliff ocean lots. I mean, I think it would be really cool. So we're just doing this little sort of island here. It's just a completely decorative, well, it's not an island, actually. It's joined to the main island. This little hill area here, we're just covering it in trees, making it look lush, and filling it out so it's not just blank and boring. As I said, I probably will go over it. I haven't done it yet, at all, because not because, but I haven't done it yet. But I probably go over and add some flowering sort of plants around the place, because there's no sort of flowers anywhere at the moment. It's all just palms or trees, really. Well, palms are trees, but you know what I mean. So yeah, just making sure that sand there was actually sandy and not grass. I'm just going around the island seeing what needs to be done. It's getting a lot of, like, around the edges of some lots, there's quite a few of them that have that sort of blue edge glitch. What you'll see, like when you're far away, you have that sort of really annoying sort of tear in the terrain, and I don't really know how to fix it. On some of them, I've done like the conform edges button, and I've deleted them, put them back, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Some of them seem to be okay, but it just takes a bit of fiddling. Right now I'm doing some routing data. Basically, this tells the game where your Sims aren't allowed to go. And I'm putting it in this canal at the moment because the Sims used to love to swim in there. Although I think they still swam in there, even though I put that routing data in there saying they couldn't go there. So I'm not really sure about that. I don't know. Yeah, it's because they were doing some weird swimming through it when they really shouldn't have been. So I was trying to prevent it. But again, that's one of the things that we got to test, which will be really helpful for you guys to test out as well, is how that all works and if you have any good solutions and feedback as well. Always very, very handy. Yeah, only a couple days away. I keep saying only a couple days away from release, but we really are, like, I mean, I know I keep saying that, but a couple days. But that would be awesome. And then I honestly can't wait to see what kind of lots you guys like create and submit to the site. I'll definitely do like showcase videos of submitted lots as well, because that'd be a lot of fun. And also I think it would sort of encourage more of you to get involved if I'm going to be showcasing lots on the channel, saying, oh, check out this lot by so-and-so. It's really awesome. It could be a lot of fun. And that's something I'm really looking forward to about releasing the world. Just seeing what you guys make for it and seeing what you do with it. And a lot of people have already said that they want to do Let's Plays of the world as well. But of course, that won't really be happening until the world is fully released, because otherwise there's not any lots in there, so there's not much to Let's Play in it. It's a bit of an issue. Yeah, so I'm just going around the island now, doing the routing data, saying where your Sims can't walk. Basically, they can't just walk up a mountain, is what I'm saying. And it just prevents them walking up to places where they really shouldn't be going, because they really can't get there. I decided they could go in that little beach area there. So yeah, I just put it all blue where they sort of can't go. Playing around with weird options at the moment. I was just like, "Ooh, what does this do?" And I was making it look all funny and weird. Anyways, now we're finally around to putting spawners in the world. The much asked question, will there be spawners? Yes, of course I will. I think I got every spawner in there. I have no idea. But it's actually really funny when you go into the game, because I've actually put a lot of the fish spawners like right next to each other right there, as you can see. When you go into the game, it is absolutely like there's so many fish swimming in the ocean. It is so lively. It is like amazing. But I guess if it's a tropical island, there might be a coral reef there, and there could be lots of fish life. So it is somewhat realistic. I mean, I'm going to claim it as that's what I planned. Yes, that's what I meant to do. When did I put waves in? Did I not record that part? I don't know. Or did I just completely talk over it? I'm sorry. I'm just like commentating and not. I'm occasionally glancing at the video, so apologies if that did happen and I didn't mention it. But hang on, what? There must have been a part that got missed out, right? Okay, because I'm doing waves now. Oh, are we doing waves now? The video's back to front. Is that what's happened? Not that it really matters, but either that or I did miss out a part. I'm just adding in more waves. I don't know. Anyways, we're adding in waves. Yes. Possibly. I think the video is out of order there. Maybe the whole video has been out of order. I don't know. That's really weird. But we're definitely adding waves now, so, and it doesn't look like there's any spawners in. No, okay, the spawner and the wave video were out of order. Was the rest of the video out of order? I don't know. I gotta check that. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, it's all the same stuff. So, anyways, yeah, we're just adding in all the waves, so you actually have waves coming up on the beaches, so it's not just flat water with no sort of awesomeness, really. I spent ages positioning these waves because they actually overlap the lots. You can't place sort of those objects over lots without setting the coordinates manually. So I was kind of like chucking them over the top. I don't know if that glitches out the lots though. Again, one of the things that would be good to test and find out when the world is released, and we'll see how it goes. Really. What am I doing now? Zooming in and out all over the place. Doing lots of stuff, doing waves on this side. I only did waves on 2 sides of the island, not all 4 sides, which I don't really know why. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I only did it on the front and the back of the island. For whatever reason, I thought that was a good idea at the time. I guess, well, generally, you'd have. Well, depending on where the island is, you might only have waves on one, or like big waves on one side of the island, because that might be where the current is coming. It's kind of like Hawaii, how they have like giant waves on certain sides of the island, and then others not so much. But I don't know. That's just my reasoning for not doing more waves. Yeah. Oh yeah. So now we're actually going into a few of the lots and finishing up the detailing on them. Although I say finishing up, but I probably want to do more and fix it up a little bit further as well later down the line. But yeah, we're just adding some trees on the actual sort of town hall lot and some palm trees and a little hill rocky thing out the front for a bit of fun. There you go, a little bit of a raise there and a bit of stone on it. There you go. Looking good. Yeah, so we kind of just work on the sort of town hall here, and also we jump back over to the criminal hideout finally. And like I said, because I think I said a while ago that we're going to go back and work on that because I wasn't entirely happy with how it turned out, and it was kind of just there. So I think we're jumping over to that now, and taking a look at it. But of course, we'll see more of this in the next episode, which will of course be tomorrow. But thank you for watching this episode of Let's Create a World. Questions, comments, feedback in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Have an amazing day.